Hello, my name is Taha, and today we're gonna go over Revenant, which is my favorite class in the game. It's the combination of Sorcery, Aromancy, and Occultism. I'm gonna quickly go over the skills that I use, and after that we're gonna move to the combo that I personally really like. So starting with Occultism. Occultism is our CC spec, our CC skill tree, sorry. I really like Shadow Vortex. I take Shadow Step for the extra movement. I take Absorb Life Force. If you don't know what this does, it reduces your target's received healing by 90% for 6.5 seconds. What this does, you might have heard people calling out heal cuts. This is what they're referring to. When an enemy's received healing is reduced, they're gonna get less healing received from their friendly healers and even their healing pods. Like if I'm heal cut and I use an Alluvian Love, I will get much less HP restored. So there's that. For the next point, you can choose between Summon Wraith and Summon Crows. Summon Crows is extremely strong against melees, but I personally like Summon Wraith. So far, all of these skills, I use the basic variant. But for our last point, which is Hell Spear, I take the flame version because it lasts much longer. It's an extremely strong skill. It impels enemies in a big radius after a delay, and we're gonna go over the usage later. Moving on to Sorcery and Aromancy, I'm gonna start with Sorcery first. So, basic Searing Grain, basic Frigid Tracks, and Lightning Meteor Strikes. These three are essentially your bread and butter for Revenant. After that, I spec Insulating Lens. This is a very nice defensive layer. I take Freezing Earth, even more CC, Val, let's go. Magic Circle is always nice, so you can have it. You move to do whatever you want, then you Magic Circle back. For Magic Circle, feel free to take any ancestral that you like. I personally only use it for kiting purposes. Quake will give your friendly malediction mages the Magic Circle, so that's nice. You can also spec Flame if that's what you enjoy. And Gauze Whip. And for Gauze Whip, we take the Lightning variant because it does allow us to cancel animations for our other skills. So let's leave Sorcery here at 7 points and move to Aromancy. Aromancy, we start with Teleportation. Mobility is always nice to have. I take the Lightning variant because it does have a chance to trigger an additional teleport. So you might get lucky and get multiple teleportations off. I take Courageous Actions. It's really nice to use it on yourself or even an ally if you want, to cancel stuff like Sleep, Bubble, etc. for 4 seconds. This is very nice, so it kind of guarantees you get some spells off. After that, I take Thwart, and Thwart on its own is pretty good. But if you look at this passive, which you will unlock if you have 6 points in Aromancy, it makes it so whenever you cast Thwart, you get 2 stacks instead of 1. So that's instantly 10,000 damage you're absorbing. It's like having 10,000 extra HP. And on top of that, it inflicts Shaken on enemies very near you in a 6 meters radius, which lowers their attack speed, cast time, skill damage, etc. After that, I take Vicious Implosion. I take Quake Vicious Implosion because you can still use it once you're silenced. But keep in mind that it does scale off with melee attack and melee accuracy. So Vicious Implosion, you might want to run the basic variant, which is just this one. This one you're guaranteed to not miss it, but also you can't cast it if you're silenced. Another good thing about Vicious Implosion is that I think you obviously know that it pulls enemies near you, but not only does that, it's another heal cut. It reduces enemies receive healing by 60% for 4 seconds. So this is really nice. Essentially, if you absorb life for someone and you Vicious Implosion them, they cannot be healed. Like, there's no way for them to be healed. Not a healer, not a pot, nothing can heal them. So this is really, really nice to have. And I also take Shrug It Off. So that's 5 points. Ideally, in Aromancy, we want to reach Bracing Blast. In my previous guide, I personally didn't have Bracing Blast spec'd. I've been playing with it for the past like 1.5 months, almost 2 months, and I'm loving it. The amount of good plays you can do with Bracing Blast is huge, because not only you can try to peel for your allies, you can try to silence enemy mages casting big spells like Arc Lightning. It just offers so much, but do use it carefully. To unlock Bracing Blast, however, we do need 1 more point, and I spend that on Conversion Shield. I take the Flame variant because it's really, really good. And the thing is, even as you can see, I'm Cloth, and I even have received magic damage rolls on some of my gear. Mages can and will still hurt really badly. So having Flame Conversion Shield is a very, very nice defensive layer. So I take Conversion Shield and I take Bracing Blast. Now, as you can see, I'm left with 2 skill points. For you, this might not be the case. You might have only 1 left. I've done the custom race quest. So I do have the unstable skill point, so I have 2 left. If you have 2 left, you're kind of free to do whatever with your sorcery at this point. Personally, what I like to do is to take Flame Bolt and then take Arc Lightning. I take normal Flame Bolt, I use it to inflict fire or burning on enemies so I can arc them. I do this because I don't like to switch my build around too often. I use this exact same build right here, and whether it's a 1v1 or 5v5 or 15v15 or 100 versus 100, I use this exact same build. However, something else you could do is you could not take any of these if you have 1 skill point, and you take Flame Barrier. And for Flame Barrier, honestly, I personally think all the Ancestrals are good, and it's up to you which one you prefer. The wave one can be a bit clunky, it might feel a bit weird, but basically all of them are good. The other option you would have is to change your Flame Bolt to Lightning. So what you would use it is you Flame Bolt a single person and the lightning will spread. So then you can cast your Searing and all of them will be electrocuted, so they will take more damage from your Searing. And that is basically all about skills and how you spec. If you do have any questions about Ancestrals, always feel free to ask in the comments. I will try to get back as soon as possible. But now let's move on to the combos. Moving on to combos, I'm gonna show you how I personally like to engage, then I'm gonna try to give you some additional tips. First of all, you will need a Lip Shield. This is Immortal Warden's Shield, this is the T3 variant. If you don't know how to get it, you can get a Lip Shield from either Abyssal Library, which will be T1 and you will have to slowly upgrade it, or you can kill the first boss in Epnish Sanctuary and get a Tier 3 shield, which I would recommend because the range difference is really massive compared to Tier 1. Basically, what I do is I cast my Insulating Lens, I put a magic circle down and I switch to my shield. I do Lip Shield and I do Frigid and I do Health Spear. So this is what I do. Now I will Vicious right after. I do a Lightning Meteor and a Searing. At this point, not only you've CC'd all of these mobs, but you've also electrocuted them, make them slower, and you're dealing massive damage to them. Right now I'm using a Great Club from Library, and I have no bow equipped, so I'm just trying to display the combo to you. But in an ideal world, what you'd want to do is to do the exact same, but have a shadow vertex down where you want to pull. So if you look at X mark, let's say I want to pull on top of X. What I would do is I would put a shadow vertex down here, and I will pull enemies into my shadow vertex and do the same basically. So there's that. That's basically as easy as it can get for combo. Of course, you can do some other things to make it a bit flashier, a bit better, have it more effective, and I'm gonna go over that shortly. With the lightning variant of Gauss Whip, what you can do is to cancel the animation for certain skills. What I personally like to do after I clump my enemies is to do Gauss Whip, Lightning Meteor, Gauss Whip, Thwart, Gauss Whip. So it basically looks like this. I did it the other way around, but I guess you get the idea. You can feel free to not cast all of your Gauss Whip. It doesn't matter as much as you getting your searing off, especially because of the CC immunity, and the damage is going to be massive. And that's basically what you want to do. Even if you have, let's say, Hell Spear on cooldown, what you can do is pull into Frigid and then do a Freezing Earth, so you cast Deep Freeze on enemies. So let's say I do this, I cast Frigid, and then I do Freezing Earth. You can see they're discerned, and these people, imagine them as the enemy raid, they will be unable to move for eternity. There are so many things that you can do with this class. You have so many CC options. Even let's say you have all of your skills on cooldown, you can just go chill and try to get a Summon Wraith off. And as long as you don't get CC'd the way I did, you're gonna be slowing your enemies a lot. And that's basically it. There are more tips and tricks, small things you can do here and there that I will try to show you later in other videos maybe. But for now, this is basically the idea of how you can play Revenant. I only do a Lip Shield, I Frigid, and then I Hell Spear right under my foot. So they are pulled into my freeze, and then Hell Spear is guaranteed to go off. Like, look here, I Frigid, I do this, and boom. That's it. That's all you need. And you're gonna be contributing so much to your raid by doing simply things like this. Thank you for tuning in. And if you watch this, I hope to see more Revenants during RVR. This class does add amazing value. And maybe in later videos, I might go through some other niche classes that do have kind of the same playstyle, but maybe a bit different here and there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll make sure to get back to you. And thanks for watching.